Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will be showing you how I created the running animation for our new game, which is a spin-off of Lord of the Rings, and Gimli is our new character. I'm not a professional animator, but I picked up some tricks that made my process a lot easier and I'm very excited to show them to you. Today we'll be doing a classic frame-by-frame animation. But before we jump in, I wanted to show you guys this amazing resource, which is called the Animator Survival Kit by Richard Williams, which is an absolute goldmine. It's packed with essential knowledge for everyone interested in animation. And for my animation, I'll be using it as my guide. And more specifically, this diagram, which I found picture of it online, I downloaded it and I put it in Photoshop because I'll be doing the animation in Photoshop. And I try to replicate each frame one by one. And this way to make the animation. So let's get started. So what exactly is frame-by-frame animation? It's a traditional way of bringing drawings to life. Basically, each frame is a slightly different drawing, and when you play them in sequence, it creates the illusion of movement. I started with my first frame, which was already drawn, the initial pose of Gimli's run. I knew I needed to break down Gimli's body into manageable parts to manipulate them smoothly. I separated his legs, arms, and even his axe into individual layers. This allowed me to focus on each element's movement independently. I used the Animator Survival Kit as my guidance, particularly the section on run cycles. It provides a fantastic breakdown on the key poses, contact, down, in between, pass, that are essential for a convincing run. With the reference in front of me, I began to manipulate each layer, carefully repositioning them to match the next key pose. It's like a complex puzzle, constantly adjusting and tweaking until everything aligned with the reference. To make the process even more efficient, after drawing one frame, I would often copy it and then modify it into the next. This gave me a clear visual of how much I needed to adjust each element's position. It helped me understand the subtle changes required to create a smooth transition between poses. As I'm moving things around, there are always gaps and areas that needs to be filled in. That's where I add the details, cleaning up the lines and making sure everything looks polished. It's all about making the movement feel fluid and natural. I find this stage incredibly rewarding because it's where the character truly comes to life. It's that moment when you see the animation start to flow. Our game, as you'll see, is going to feature a lot of frame-by-frame animation. And I'm really excited about it. It's a challenging but incredibly rewarding technique. With each animation I create, I'm learning something new, discovering shortcuts and making my process more efficient. I'm hoping that as we progress, I'll be able to share even more insights and tips with you all. It's important to remember that there are countless ways to approach animation. This is just the method that I found works best for me. Some animators prefer to work directly on the timeline, animating as they draw, while others might use 3D software for certain elements. What I'm showing you today is how I managed to bring Gimli's run cycle to life, and it's a process that I'm constantly refining. Now let's talk about frame rate. For this Gimli run cycle, I specifically chose to animate at 24 frames per second. This is a standard frame rate used in traditional film and animation. It offers a fantastic balance between fluidity and a cinematic feel. You might be wondering why 24 FPS when there are other options. Well, first, it's incredibly versatile. If we need to adapt this animation for different platforms later, like broadcast video at 30 FPS, it's much easier to convert up from 24 FPS than down. But more importantly, 24 FPS just feels right for this project. It allows for clean, precise timing. A half second is exactly 12 frames, and a quarter second is 6. This is crucial for the rhythm and impact of Gimli's run. And let's not forget the aesthetic. While higher frame rate can look more realistic, sometimes that's not what we want. We are aiming for a stylized, handcrafted feel in our game, and 24 FPS helps us achieve that. It gives the animation a classic cinematic quality and aligns perfectly with our vision. So by choosing 24 FPS, I'm not only ensuring flexibility and precise timing, but also contributing to the unique visual style of our game. It's about making deliberate choices that enhance the overall experience. I'm quite satisfied with the final running cycle. I think it fits perfectly with our game aesthetic. However, I'm planning to continue iterating and polishing this animation, probably adding some small details like beard movement to further refine the movement and bring our game this personality. I prefer to draw all my animation frames first. After I've drawn all the necessary frames, I merge the layers of each frame so I end up with just 6 distinct drawings. Then I move those 6 frames into a new document with a timeline activated. This is where I truly start to build animation, ensuring the timeline and the flow are just right. I would also like to add that I use the onion skin feature in my software. This helped me see the previous and the next frame. It made the animation process much easier. Animation is a process of constant refinement, and I'm excited to see how this one cycle evolves. I hope you enjoy watching this process video. Remember, I'm still learning, but I wanted to share what I've discovered. If you have any questions or tips of your own, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching!